What is going on, everyone? My name is Northy, and a while ago, I'm talking all the way back when I started this channel, I made a video called Let's Argue AFL. It's based off of the YouTuber, The Needle Drop. He made a video and had a series called Let's Argue, where he discussed musical opinions, give his takes on whether they're good or bad, or whether he's interested in what they're saying. And I decided to do something similar, AFL related, as for Let's Argue AFL. So I decided, although it's been like 3 years since it's happened, I'm gonna do it again. It's been a good while since it's happened. There's actually a given playlist. I made a playlist all the way back then for these types of videos, and I haven't done it for like 3 years. So I didn't even have a face cam back then. It was that old. So this is all like very, very exciting because it's a lot. I've got like 40 or 50 different comments to go through. I don't know if everyone's gonna be in there, but I'm gonna try and get through as many as possible. This is just exciting, man. I'm really keen for this type of video and to see what you guys have got to say. But I left the post on my community tab with this beautiful looking photo of me. I reckon it's one of my most flattering images, personally. But at the same time, it's not important. What's important is your opinions, and so we're going to go through all of that here today. But before we do so, be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Everything, as per usual, is very much appreciated. We don't just do AFL content generally like this, we also do a bunch of pack openings, AFL discussion, anything in general with the AFL. It is all welcome here on the channel, and so I'm really keen to see who will like to join us on our journey to 3,000 subscribers as well. So it's exciting times, and I'm going to start off with our first question here from our good old subscriber. We love this guy. Up the doggies. We've got ourselves, Bulldogs are the most slept on team in the AFL, and Bontempelli is my favourite for the Brownlow. No bias. Well, I mean, I guess if you... I'm trying to make excuses for you, doggies. I like you, but this is a tough one. I don't think Bulldogs are the most slept on team. I think for the most part, people understand that the doggies can play well. It's just like Bontempelli is like the only thing that keeps them going well. They'll have the occasional good performances from like Jamara. You'll see Cody Waitman pull out a full few goals every now and then. You'll see Adam Chalor within the midfield, and then you'll see the occasional backline performance from Bailey Dale that makes you think, wow, okay, this team looks like they're onto something. But I don't know, this team has struggled to really stay good consistently. They kind of coast off of the idea that as soon as finals hit, if they've got a spot, they'll make it far. You think about their like 21 grand final when they made it there. That was off of a 6th or 7th position or a 5th position. They were outside of the 4 again and made it to the grand final. So like they can be slept on in that sense. I think if they are to be slept on the most, they are going to have to make finals, because if they make finals, then a lot of people will kind of throw them off as they are just at 6, 7, 8 seed, whatever it may be, and then they make a run. I don't know if it happens again. It really could go either way. But again, for Bulldogs to be the most slept on team, I reckon they've got to make finals. And then Bontempelli is your favourite for the Brownlow. I don't know if he's favourite, but at the same time, I do want to see him win one in his career. I think he has potential to go down as one of the highest vote getters without a Brownlow. He's been so close so many times. I mean, 33 votes and not a Brownlow winner when Ollie Wines won it, I think in 22. So lots of here and there that could have gone different ways. I don't know. Bont's had a tough career so far. The one premiership, which I guess helps him, but back in 2016 when it wasn't, you know, the biggest thing for him, it wasn't him leading the team. Yeah, just Bont's had a very, very good but very tough career. James says cool mustache. I appreciate that. I'll take that, thank you. I mean, I said the photo was flattering. I meant it for a reason. North Melbourne is going to have a chance to make top 4 this year. I agree with this one wholeheartedly, and much like doggies, no bias. I can't see any bias here. This is a very, very good take. Nick Dacos is underrated. I don't need to say much about it. It is what it is, eh? Bontempelli is top 5 all time. And a response saying probably. That's very up there. I think in order to be top 5 all time, oh man, I mean, he's definitely top 5 now in the AFL right now. I'm surprised how many Bont takes there are, but Bontempelli top 5 all time? Nah, I can't see that. I mean, it's definitely an unpopular opinion. He's very, very skilled, has a lot of talent, but bloody hell, he's up against a lot. Like, are we talking like overall game? Because I feel like Lance Franklin's already had more of an impact on the game than Bont. You think of the greats like Lee Matthews, Ron Barassi, you've got both the Gary Ablets. Like, there's a lot of players to pick from, but Bont, I think he needs a little bit more. Obviously, that Brownlow, as we were mentioning before, like a top 5 all time without a Brownlow sounds just a little strange. But we'll see. We've got Paddy Cripps to be top 3 in Brownlow. That could be possible with his current form. This was posted 7 days ago, as the time that I'm reading this, and I think with the last few rounds, he could be in the top 3 right now. I don't know. No Sam Walsh to start the year, so I guess that may help him. They've had a good season, 2nd place on the ladder, I think, right now. So, like, there's a very good chance he's in that top 3, like, category right now. There's just a lot of people thinking those Sydney blokes, but they could obviously chop each other down with, like, their good play. You think of Warner, Heaney, Goulden, you think of those guys, and you're like, who's going to be the best Brownlow polar out of those guys, and how much will they take out from each other? So yeah, I like this take. Then we got Nick Dacos, top 5 vets in the AFL. He's in year 3. Some people consider year 3 veteran. I mean, the way he plays definitely feels like a veteran role, like he's a big leader within the club, but like, I don't know. Luke Bruce is the best medical sub ever. This entire account, Luke. Sisterly VFX. Is that Biggie? Is that Biggie as the profile picture? I mean, if we're talking best medical sub ever, we can't go back that far in the medical sub era when, like, what, you had to come have a medical sub, like someone to come on. I don't know. I don't look out for that stuff. Sure, Luke Bruce, congratulations. This doesn't look much like an opinion. This looks more like a fact. Well, not a fact, but more just a straightforward comment. North is on top of the ladder. I mean, if you flip it, like if you take your fridge magnet, imagine your fridge magnet with the ladder. Like, you know how I had one when I was growing up. Just, it's like a magnet that has a ladder. You can put all the teams there. If you put them in order on your fridge, and instead of doing like too much, you just flip it, then yeah, North is on the top of the ladder. But I don't know whether that's an opinion or whether that's a wish. You may have just found my alt account. I don't know. North might have the same thing happen to them as Fitzroy. Don't say that again on my channel. You're lucky I don't ban you. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I can't wait for this one. Amos was robbed of the Rising Star in 2023. No cap. Well, I'm calling cap. That is massive cap. We know that for sure. Sheasel absolutely earned that, and if it wasn't going to be Sheasel, it was going to be Ashcroft. Amos had a good year, but like, I think he's having a better year now. I think he's having a much better year now, not than Sheasel. I reckon Sheasel's still doing better, but at the same time, you could make the argument Amos is having a better year this year because of how Freo is going in general. I think they're 3rd right now, so yeah, Freo's doing well. Amos was definitely not robbed though. There's no shot in hell Amos was robbed. North is a top 10 worthy team. Now, I don't know if this is an actual opinion or whether this is a joke, because there's a lot of joke comments in this in this comment section, but I think maybe they have an out of bottom 4 squad now. Like, just a few games go the right way and we'd have a couple extra wins, like the one against Collingwood, the one against Melbourne, the Doggies. I don't know. The Doggies felt more like they had it in their hands from the start. But I don't know whether top 10, but not a bottom 4. I'd like to think on the positive side of things because I'm a positive guy. With my 18th place on the ladder team, it's tough, man. It's so tough being positive about my team, but you know, we'll get there. This one from the Cardman. We all know the Cardman very well. Saints will score the ton 3 more times for the rest of the year. This was before the news of Max King being out for the season, so I don't know how realistic this may be. But honestly, the likes of Jack Higgins, he's been having some good games as of recent. I've seen him play fairly consistent, which is actually quite strange for Jack Higgins. It doesn't happen as much, but I don't know whether it happens. I mean, 3 more times for the rest of the year doesn't sound like it is too much, but North have only scored 100 once this year. And so I just think of like how tough it is to score the ton nowadays. With the way defenses can be structured out, it can be very difficult, but at the same time, good teams can do it. I just don't know if the Saints without Max can do it. I mean, they will shock me if they do it, that's for sure. They will shock me. But I don't know. I feel like this is a bit of an outlandish one. Sorry, Cardi. I know, mate. It's tough being in the bottom 4. It is a very tough time. Hawthorn are a smoky for the premiership. Well, much like the Bulldogs, they got to make finals first. And surprisingly, Hawthorn are absolutely in the hunt for finals, which is crazy to think because I think a lot of people expected Hawthorn to be one of those bottom 4 sides, but so far, it's been North, West Coast, it's been Richmond, and those three were expected. But then, yes, Saints taking up that last spot. Don't know how many people expected that. I think a lot of people thought Hawthorn would take that spot. So the fact they're a smoky, or considered smoky, like, absolutely. I think they have some really, really good play, but they have to play out of their skin if they want to win a premiership this year. They really do. It's going to be a tough one for them. Pies fans are actually great people. Well, there's no wonder this is an unpopular opinion. This is an awful opinion. Quady, I don't know what you're talking about. You clearly did not know. Have you met a Pies fan? Or you are a Pies fan, and you have a very high opinion on yourself. Quady, I'm sure you're a great dude, but you're living in delusion, mate. Dylan Moore better than Charlie Cameron right now? Absolutely. I don't know if this is unpopular. Is this AVP? I think this is AVPS's second one. Dylan Moore's absolutely better than Charlie Cameron right now. He's been playing awesome for Hawthorn. Like, he's been playing really, like, out of his skin. Charlie Cameron, he's great. We love him when he kicks goals and all of that. And he's been doing a bit of that as of recent for Brisbane. But, like, Dylan Moore is just an all-around player. Charlie Cameron, absolutely a threat in the forward line. So is Dylan, but I'd say Charlie, a lot of people would put more eyes on Charlie just because of how dangerous he can be in the forward line. But Dylan Moore all around the ground, I love his play. He's really, really good. I agree with this 100%. Essendon miss finals, actually. They don't even make the top 10. They had an easy start to the season and the rest will be hard. We are beating them Saturday easy. Well, this was, again, this was posted before the Geelong Essendon game. And yeah, they beat him by 30, 35, 40. I think it was something like that. Yeah, that was a very, very interesting score. A lot of people had a lot to say about umpires, and I'm going to stay out of it. I don't need to, like, stockpile onto that, but man, I would not be angry. I will say that for sure. If Essendon missed finals, I would not be angry. I'll be completely honest. I mean, realistically, we've seen the graphics all week. 3rd to 13th is just completely open. Like, you can either miss finals or get a double chance depending on how you play the last few games of the season. And that's crazy to think how wide open it is. It literally just Carlton and Sydney feel the safest. Everyone else, it's a free-for-all. Good luck. North to win the premiership in 2025. I love these North positive comments. Charlie, you're a legend, mate. I love these North positive comments. I hope they win the premiership in 2025. That'd be amazing. All the crap I have gotten from everybody in 2024 about how we are awful, it just right back at their face in 2025. They just absolutely, like, build up and then smack them. Wardlaw is going to have a terrible career. You take that back, Auntie. You take that back. You were supposed to be a good luck charm for me, and you've gone ahead and said that. If that happens, I will never forgive you. St Kilda make finals off a bottom 4. I don't even think they're considered, like, in contention at the moment. Like, it's gonna be a very, very tough task if they do make finals. They're gonna have to win everything at the moment. Hugh Davies is a better defender than Darcy Moore. This is off. I love this one because I just the first thing that comes to my head is his first game where he had 1 kick. Like, and then Darcy Moore. There's been a lot of Darcy Moore slander as of late, and Hugh Davies' game just makes me laugh because it's like one of those weird games where I don't even think he played all that bad. He just didn't get possessions. He didn't touch the ball that much. But, like, I guess to be a good defender, you don't have to. It's more just, like, stopping your opponent. And you can't say that, like, the Dockers haven't had good defense. They've been very good defensively. And I think Hugh Davies, although he wasn't getting much of the ball, like, you don't need to be an effective defender. So, although he's not better than Moore, that is a completely different question. Hugh Davies, I don't think he had a bad first performance. I just immediately think about the very, very first game, and that was so good. Matt Owens is a better forward than Toby Green on current form. Toby Green's form isn't too bad right now, is it? Like, I know the GWS aren't doing amazing, but Toby Green's been good. I think it's just because Carlton are doing very well at the moment. I think, honestly, for Carlton, the reason, like, those forwards are doing as well as they are is due to situation. I think Owens is doing really well and is playing very well as the forward role he's playing because of the fact that he's in an amazing situation with Carlton. Like, he's got 2 forwards around him in Charlie Curnow and Harry Mackay. Like, just being a roaming forward, like a roving forward, even in that type of forward line, like, there are going to be opportunities that arise. You've got 2 players who are gathering all the eyes from the defenders. Like, you can easily drag players off and get your own. Like, that's the beauty of having a good side and being on a good team. But that's not to discredit Owens. I think Owens is playing very, very well. I just think as a player, Toby Green, like, he is playing very, very well. And he's one of those main targets. I know we've got Hogan and even Riccardi and Brown. Like, those guys are pretty all right. Hogan especially, he's been very good. But Toby definitely gets more eyes than Owens. And I think the good thing for Owies is that underrated feeling for him, and the fact that he's got two of the best forwards in the game on the same side, in the same forward line with him, means that he's going to get opportunities to score and be more effective even more. That's, again, the beauty of being in a great forward line and on a great team, is that the players who probably would struggle on other teams are absolutely amazing on this team, or are playing really, really well on this team because they're given more opportunities, because they're given more space. It's just the way the game plays when you've got that much, I guess, magnetism. It's the word for when players are probably going to get more of the eyes and get more of the attention than others, is that those less worried about players then find themselves sneaking through, kicking cheeky goals and making it easier for their bigger guys. Archer's Harry Sheezel is overrated. That one hurts my feelings. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't say he's overrated. I mean, he's the best player. He won best and fairest his first year. I guess in terms of actual play, I've seen him play fairly consistently, obviously, because I'm a North fan, but he's very good. He's got a great kick. He's good in every position I've seen him play so far. He can go in the midfield. He's been solid in the back. That's where he gets most of his team coach points. And in the forward line, I've seen him absolutely cook in there too, man. He is a very, very solid player. Whether people are saying he's going to be like the best player in the league, that's when I'd be like, okay, let's chill out for a sec. But no one's really saying that. No one's really going out of their way saying Sheasel's one of the best players in the comp. So I can't say he's overrated. I think he's just a very good player on a team that isn't very good right now. And looking through that looks like it's going to be all for this video. I appreciate you all tuning into this one. Wow, a lot of interesting opinions in there. My favorite, obviously, being James, is about my mustache, because clearly that is the correct opinion. That is the right opinion. That man is on point. But other than that, that is Let's Argue AFL. This is a series I may bring back. I don't know. I don't know how many unpopular opinions you guys have, but I love answering them. I love looking through them. Would definitely try and do a bit more throughout the year, and I think I've got one more actually now that I remember. Yeah, I got one here from Jason Collectibles. He answered to my Instagram story talking about it. He goes, North should move to Tasmania. I don't understand the point of having friends anymore. Oh, no, I didn't read the rest of it. I don't agree with this one. Okay, that's good. I was hopeful that he wasn't messing with me there. That's another opinion I want to kind of, I guess, dust out. If you think North Melbourne should move to Tasmania, I want to smack you. He also mentioned another thing about how the AFL should do overtime instead of draws. And I see, like, the idea behind it, but it's like, I feel like AFL is such a hard game to run an overtime for, because it's like, you're not going to make him play an extra quarter, like a full quarter, because like that opens more risks, potential injury. 4 quarters itself is already grueling for players. A 5th would be just nuts. I know we have extra time in finals, but I feel like that's necessary, and it's the final time of the year. Eventually they're going to get their rest. Obviously it's not the most like ideal finish, and I think if there was a better one out there, I'd be open to changing it, because I don't think the draw solution is perfect. But I think overtime, like, if you go too high, you open up the risk for injury, especially late in the game. And if you go too low, there's potential that like there's not enough scores, or like anyone's scores. Yeah, I don't know how an overtime would work in the AFL. It's not as easy as basketball, where it's like there's constant scoring and it goes back and forth, and it's only that extra 5 minutes. I don't know. I may be overthinking it, but I'm not too on board with this one. Sorry, Jason. But that is all. I am done waffling. If you guys have any more opinions, I may do another one. Leave them in the comments of this video, and I may get back to you. But yeah, I appreciate everyone who decided to comment and joined in. Thank you very, very much for tuning into this one. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Everything is always very much appreciated, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.